Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we'll talk about some travel tips for people with diabetes. Now we all love to travel, but we can't leave behind our diabetes. So diabetes is not on a holiday while we are on. So if you have diabetes, you must take extra precautions and you should plan your holiday well in advance. Of course, we don't want it to be a barrier for you to stop traveling, but we don't want you to forget about it. And we want you to take care of your diabetes as well as enjoy your journey. So let's talk about what you need to do before you plan. So first is a medical checkup. So whenever you are planning to travel, please meet your doctor at least 10 to 15 days, or preferably a month before you leave, so that you can see if your sugars are in levels, if there are any complications that are happening. So a medical checkup is a must before you go on for your travel. Especially if it is an international travel, it's very important that you take a travel health insurance, because if you land up in any trouble there, at least this health insurance will help you. And if you're traveling alone, an ID is must for you, because you are a diabetic. You can get high or low sugars. So a bracelet, a necklace, or just a simple ID listing your medications and that you are a diabetic, or in case of low sugar, to offer you sugar, that kind of ID would be beneficial. Now, a letter or your prescription from the doctor is a must. Your airport checkup, or if you lose your medicines, it is important that you have a prescription and a letter. If you're carrying hard copies, then at least 2 to 3 copies of your prescription. Otherwise, you can simply save it in your phone, click a photo, but still your phone can also lose its battery. So always good to carry 2 to 3 copies of your prescription and a list of your medication. So before you go, it's important to visit your doctor, carry doctor's letter and prescription, label all the medications that you will need, preferably get a travel insurance, have an identification and information handy. So this is one part where how you prepare before you leave. Now, once you are leaving, you are going to need your tablets, and you need to plan about your meal, and you need to check your sugar as well. So whenever you are traveling, please carry your medicines, your glucometer, and either glucose tablets or sugar or juice in case of low sugar. So suppose you are traveling by car, please pack your own healthy food, have plenty of water, uh, carry clean water with you. Second thing is that you are carrying your blood sugar monitor. So whether sugar is going high or low, you can easily check. Number two is, suppose you are on insulin, then carrying insulin is something that is very important, because if you let it damage and let it out in the heat, it can get damaged. So especially if you are traveling in a car, you can't keep the insulin in the glove box, because it can get heated up. You can't get it keep it directly in the car, where through the window the sun will damage your insulin. So always carry it in a cooler or ice packs, and make sure that the insulin doesn't get damaged. Suppose you are traveling by plane, so again, carry your insulin supplies in a cooler, and keep all these medications in a carry-on bag. So if you put it in your luggage bag, again it can get destroyed with the extremes of temperature. Try to carry double supplies. Try to divide these supplies into 2 bags. So suppose you lose your luggage, you can have the supplies in another bag. So it is very important. I mean, we see this quite often, that one set of medicines, if you're carrying and you lose that bag, or accidentally something happens to that, then you are left with no medication. And that is why it's good to carry 2 to 3 copies of your prescription as well, so that if such kind of thing happens, you at least have your prescription on what medicines you are taking. So preferably take double the supply of medicines that you will need. Suppose you're going on a 5 days trip, keep medicines for 10 days trip with you. Number two, divide these medications into 2 different bags, so that if you lose one, you can still make do with the other bag. And number three, try to label your medicines. And when you're traveling in a plane, you have a choice of keeping the hand baggage with you under the seat. So things like a glucometer or something that you would need for low sugar, try to keep it under the seat instead of the overhead bin, where you might not be able to get up in time and take off your medicines or your insulin. So keep it in the under the seat in front of you in a carry bag. uh, the other thing is about the snacking. So in planes nowadays, you have an option to pre-book your meals. So you can always pre-book a diabetic friendly meal. You can always carry snacks with you, whether it's a road trip by a car or a bus or in a plane or a train. Try to carry those healthy snacks that you were anyway taking daily, right? Right. One of your fruit, your roasted chana, your nuts. If raw veggies are possible, then definitely some kind of salad. So these are the snacks that you should be, carrying with you. And second thing, whether it's a bus or a car or a plane, keep moving. Suppose you have a long flight or you're on a road trip, try to take halts and walk. If you're on a plane, try to walk in the plane or do some stretching exercises while sitting down, because again, if you're sitting for long, this again increases your blood sugar. So while you are traveling, it's good that you keep moving. If you are on insulin, or if you are a type 1 diabetic, you can always inform the crew or some passenger sitting next to you that you are a type 1 diabetic, because in case there is a severe low sugar, then you might not be able to help yourself. So just be careful. A little caution about insulin again. So if you are on insulin, in fact, most of our medicines can get damaged with the direct sunlight, or if they are left in a car, they can get heated up. And carry pouches with your ice packs, and take, as I said, carry it in your hand baggage. You can carry a cool bag or a cool box. Now, there are many coolant boxes which are available online also. So you can, where you can store the insulin for more than 10-12 hours also. So carrying medicines and how to carry them is very important. Now, what happens once you reach? So you please take your glucometer along. When you are traveling, there could be instances where your food is delayed, so you can get low sugars. And second is that you tend to overeat. So again, look for hyperglycemia. So it is important that you keep monitoring your sugars while you're on the trip. And what else do you do? So what do you do when you're at home to control your sugar? You take your medicines. We have covered that part. Second is about your exercise. So now at home, you were working out daily. What can you do when you're on a trip? So you can go for a walk for half an hour, right? You can, if you're traveling, you can do certain physical activities. You can book a hotel which also has a gym, and you can go to gym for half an hour. So you can travel in such a way that there is a physical activity involved. It's not just that we are just eating and sleeping, eating and sleeping. So there are many activities like treks and walks, nature walks. So please make those also a part of your trip. And this way you can get the daily exercise that you were getting, and probably in better environments. Another point that I want to mention is a comfortable footwear. So being a diabetic, the foot damage could be there in the nerves, and any kind of small trauma could lead to a bigger problem. So always check that you are carrying comfortable footwear. Suppose you are traveling abroad, international trips, again, there you need to walk more than what we're used to in our country. So again, a comfortable footwear, maybe 2 pairs of your running shoes or exercising shoes, you should carry. And of course, check that they are comfortable enough to walk that much that you need to do. Or even if you are going for exercising or maybe a walk on the beach, please take care that you're not barefoot and you are wearing comfortable footwear. So physical activity while on a trip is not very difficult. It is just that we are not motivated enough. So please take out at least 30 minutes of the day to dedicate to your exercise. Coming to the most important part, which is the diet. Now, what happens to our diet when we are on a holiday? It also goes on a holiday. So we'll need to remember that our sugar levels will still increase if we overindulge. So we need to remember that our tongue is only 2 inches. Even if you have 2 bites of your favorite thing, it will taste the same. So how can you pre-plan your food when you're traveling? So one of the options is that you get those buffets. So if you are in a buffet, you can always select the healthier options first. Like, take the salad. There are usually a widespread of salads there. So pick salads and veggies first. Fill your stomach. At least half your plate should be salad and veggies, as it was when you were not on a trip. So after you finish that half of salad and veggies, then you know that 1/4 is your protein and 1/4 is your carbs. So you take the protein option like dal or milk or buttermilk curd, or if you're a non-vegetarian, go for a chicken, egg, or fish. So you complete your 1/4 of protein, and the left is your breads, roti, and your desserts. So you, if you want to indulge in that 1 spoon of dessert. There are 25 choices, doesn't mean that addition. And start with salad and vegetables even on a trip. So if it is a buffet, you choose those options. So you need to know what is healthy and what is unhealthy. If you are ordering a la carte, then definitely it is your choice. Salad is usually available everywhere. And so you order salad, veggies. Small differences you can make. Like, suppose you have to order a bread, so order a roti instead of a naan. Order plain instead of butter. So these small things you can be doing. And as I said, that you can carry snacks with you, like roasted chana. You can buy a fruit and have it. You can carry nuts with you. We get those trail mixes with mixed nuts. Of course, you avoid the sweet dried fruits, but you carry nuts with you, chana with you, and just take care that you have not deviated much from your usual routine. It's okay to indulge once in a while, but take care of the good things that you are eating them. And diet and exercise you can even do on the trip. medicines you can carry on the trip. When you are carrying a glucometer with you, you can monitor the fluctuations. So you see if the sugar is going low, you treat the low sugar and see what went wrong. So again, going back to the supplies of low sugar, so you can carry with you gluco tabs. So you can take 2 to 3 gluco tabs if there is any low sugar, and if your sugar jaggery honey, which we usually take, is not readily available. Another thing you can carry is a juice tetra pack. So you can take 100 ml of a juice or 100 ml of cold drink, not the diet sodas. And this supply for low sugar also should be you, whether you are traveling through your train or plane, or you are in a hotel. So carry low sugar supplies. That is much more important, that you don't get low sugars and land up in a problem. So if there is any low sugar, try to analyze why it happened. Was there too much physical activity? Did I take the right medication, or did I miss the meal? And if there is a high blood sugar, again, it's mostly to do with our meals and our routine on the trip. So just take care that next time you are not doing the same. So, just a note about patients who are traveling with insulin pump. So, some of the insulin pumps are not compatible with the scanners that we have on international airports, where it's like you are going through a X-ray machine. So that kind of scanner may not be compatible with an insulin pump. So, in case that is the case, you have to inform them that they can check you physically. Don't put the insulin pump through the X-ray machine, or don't walk through that scanner which they have. So, people who are on insulin pump, or people who are on the CGM sensors, they need to be careful that they don't walk through these scanners. Some of these are compatible with scanners, like Omnipod is one of the companies which is compatible, but many are not. So in case there is a doubt, you're not sure, just you have to inform them that I'm on an insulin pump, and they will just physically do the security check. And again, if you are on an insulin pump, it is very important to carry adequate amount of insulin and carry adequate batteries for your pump. And again, do not put it in the luggage. At times, if there is an international travel involved, we tell you to disconnect the insulin pump and use the manual insulin pens that are usually checked, because the altitude and the pressure can hamper the insulin pump. At times, if you're on a long flight and you do need to take insulin on the flight, sometimes you will see there will be air bubbles or some leakage in the insulin on the plane because of the pressure change. So don't worry about it. You can always dial 2 units and just prime the pen and then take it. 1 or 2 drops here and there would not matter, but do not miss your insulin if you are on insulin. And I think that is the main message from my side. If you're traveling with diabetes, just don't forget about diabetes, take care of it. So that is it from my side. If there are any questions,